Our other top story tonight, new questions surrounding the man who shot and killed Detroit police officer Loren Courts.
Specifically, how he got that assault rifle and his run-ins with the law leading up to that deadly encounter. Let's get to Rod Maloney, who spoke to the owner of the gun shop where that gun was bought. Good evening, Rod.
Yeah, good evening, Jason and Kimberly. Before Monty Mac Jones, make that a Monty Mac Davis, opened fire on Joy Road on Wednesday night. He made himself known to East Point Police on a fairly regular basis over the last couple of years. And as we look back now, we're learning more about how he evaded the system to get that Draco rifle. Just after New Year's 2021, East Point Police arrest Amani Davis with a taser. He winds up charged with a misdemeanor, improper possession of a firearm in a vehicle. Davis pleads guilty, gets a year's probation. Last May 30th, East Point Police get a call to Davis's home. Macomb County Prosecutor Pete Lucido tells Local 4 Davis's own mother had it with his behavior problems and threw her son out of the house. Amani ended up arrested for a domestic disorderly complaint. City attorney charged him, and Davis ended up released on a $500 bond. He was supposed to appear in court on June 2nd. We do not know if he appeared. Lucido tells Local 4 on June 9th a grad party gets shot up in a drive-by with a 9mm pistol. No one hit or hurt. East Point Police find a discarded gun, send it and recovered bullets to the MSP lab in Lansing. June 22nd, the warrant request screened by Lucido's office. An eyewitness says that he sees Davis get rid of the gun. July 7th, weapons charges get authorized against Davis, carrying concealed, a felony firearms, reckless use, which is a misdemeanor, and tampering with evidence, a 4-year felony. It was typed up but not processed. Because of a lack of evidence, no assault with intent to murder charge was issued. A month ago, Davis apparently purchased a Draco rifle similar to this one at Action Impact of East Point. DPD saying he was with another person at the time. Action Impact owner Bill Cusick says the other person did not purchase the gun.
If somebody else came in and bought it on his behalf, that would be a straw purchase. I don't believe that's what occurred here, but I don't know. I'm not privy to all of the investigation.
Now, Cusick did tell us that the sale was legal, that a background check was done through the FBI, as is the normal process for the purchaser. It was likely Davis, and he was deemed eligible to purchase the gun without any kind of a felony showing up on his record. That's how that happened. The gun runs about $1,100, and I was told by a police source today that the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms did in fact interview the person who was with Davis on the day that that purchase was made. Back to you.
Yeah, boy, a lot to run down there. And Rod, what do we know about the felony warrant that wasn't served?
Well, the felony warrant ended up being typed up eventually, but as often happens with these things, it takes about 7 to 10 business days for it to get processed, and then it needs to go out and be served. And one of the problems for that, even if they had that warrant typed up, which it was not ready for police before the 7th, is that they would have to have found him, and they did not know where he was. So Pete Lucido saying that the system works the way it works. It was slow, and it needed to go quicker, but they were also waiting for evidence from Michigan State Police, and that took more time, which made it so that that warrant did not get served until it did not get actually typed up until the 7th.
Interesting that happened a day after this all went down. All right, Rod, thanks.